What if you die today? No warning, no goodbyes. And there's no second chance. Once you cross that line, your fate is sealed. Are you ready to face eternity? Time's up. Are you prepared for what comes next? Where will you spend eternity? The end of an era and the commencement of another journey, one where our eternal destination is determined. This realization should strike fear in the hearts and minds of every man and woman, prompting us to make it a priority to draw closer to God. This morning, my ex-girlfriend, who resides in the USA with her siblings, informed me that her eldest sister passed away at the prime age of 55. The news left me shocked and deeply saddened. In my mourning, I began to contemplate the day the Lord would call me back home. This sobering thought led me to evaluate my entire life, identifying areas where I have fallen short. Reflecting on our mortality is a profound and unsettling experience. The Bible tells us, just as people are destined to die once, and after that to face judgment, Hebrews 9 verse 27. This absence of a second chance to return to the world to rectify our shortcomings is terrifying. Once we die, it marks the end of an era and the commencement of another journey, one where our eternal destination is determined. This realization should strike fear in the hearts and minds of every man and woman, prompting us to make it a priority to draw closer to God. Life is a fleeting moment, and its unpredictability is a stark reminder of our vulnerability. James 4 verse 14 aptly states, "Why, you do not even know what will happen tomorrow. What is your life? You are a mist that appears for a little while and then vanishes." This impermanence should awaken us to the urgency of living a life that is pleasing to God. The absence of a second chance post-death underscores the importance of living with intentionality and purpose. The fear of facing God's judgment unprepared should compel us to examine our lives closely. Are we living in accordance with His will? Are we seeking His guidance in our decisions? The parable of the 10 virgins in Matthew 25 verses 1 to 13 illustrates the importance of being prepared for the Lord's return. Those who were wise and ready were welcomed into the wedding banquet, while the foolish ones were left outside. This parable is a powerful reminder that we must be vigilant and prepared, for we do not know the day or hour of His return. Common sense and wisdom tell us that life without Jesus is doom. In John 14 verse 6, Jesus declares, "I am the way and the truth and the life. No one comes to the Father except through me." This statement is not just a declaration of His identity but a call to follow Him wholeheartedly. Without Jesus, our lives lack direction, purpose, and ultimately, the promise of eternal life. As I mourn the loss of my ex-girlfriend's sister, I am reminded of the importance of living a life that reflects my faith. The Apostle Paul urges us in Ephesians 5 verses 15 to 16, "Be very careful, then, how you live, not as unwise but as wise, making the most of every opportunity, because the days are evil." We are called to live wisely, making the most of every opportunity to grow in our relationship with God and to share His love with others. This absence of a second chance should not just instill fear but also inspire us to live with greater purpose and urgency. It is a call to prioritize our spiritual growth, to seek God's presence daily, and to ensure that our lives are aligned with His will. Let us not wait for another tragedy or loss to awaken us to this truth. Instead, let us heed the warning and be wise, choosing to live each day in the light of eternity. In the face of death, let us find comfort in God's promises and allow the reality of our mortality to draw us closer to Him. For in Him, we find hope, purpose, and the assurance of eternal life. As we navigate the uncertainties of life, may we hold fast to our faith, knowing that our true home awaits us with the Lord. Kindly subscribe, like, follow, and comment.